What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Moto 610 channel. Today I got something a little bit different for you. It's a 2018 YCF BIGY MX with a 190 in it. This is actually going to be my next bike that I review and test on the track. As you can see, it's a pretty big pit bike. First and foremost, we have to replace this engine, and shout out to YCF. This will be the second time they send us an engine for this bike. It still runs and everything. We're just having gear problems. The first one shredded a gear in the transmission, and then this one's starting to act up, starting to pop out of gear, and the shifter feels all funky. So we have a new engine to go in, so let's get this thing loaded up and over to my brother's shop. All right, she's all loaded up in the moto van. Let's get her done. I'll get more into the specifics about this bike when we do the review, but you can get one of these for around $2,800. We got this one down in Florida when we were down there for the Supercross race at Daytona, and we brought it back up here, and that's when we started having transmission issues. About 10 minutes into the first ride, and then we swapped the motor. They took the old motor back, and we got another motor, put that in, and now it's been having transmission issues. So now we have a third motor, so we're gonna swap this out and get it broken in. All right, she's unloaded, and I'm at my brother's shop, my brother Dan's shop. He's in the middle of making a man cave in here. Pretty cool little setup. And then the shop part is back here. And we got the bike ready with the new motor. And basically just need impact will help, but just a metric socket set and wrenches to pull this thing apart. And they're pretty easy, so we'll get ripping into it. Chain off, and we're gonna pull this intake off and set it to the side. So this is what they sent us. This is the 190 engine. It's not the Daytona. It's a 2-valve. I think the Daytona is a 4. And basically just has 2 connections. This one we just noticed is broken. Must have got damaged in shipping. And you got your clutch, and then you got to put the Kickstarter on. The intake, exhaust, and then right here you got to pull out these fittings and this little connector, and then that's where your oil cooler lines will go. And then your electric start down here. There's another wire that goes there, so not really too much. Next, we're taking off the clutch mount and the cable. So we just pulled this top motor mount off. There's also one on the other side, and that holds it from the frame, or to the frame from the top right here, and also holds this intake assembly in, which we're just gonna put over to the side. So now that we got all these connections to the side and the intake, we can take the remaining engine mount bolts out and pull this motor. So there's just this last engine mount bolt. It's in the back. Normally at the big bikes, the swing arm bolt goes through, but this one, it bolts the frame right here. So we're gonna pull that out real quick. And we're out.
Dustin gonna come up front and this is the old motor. I'm just kidding.
Just tell me when you want. Yeah.
Just get it lined up. I got the front. There it is. Down a bit. There it is. Here. I'm gonna you have to push that bolt back through a little bit, and then you'll be able to get that nut on. Like that. Alright, there you go. Oh God.
So we just got this bottom motor mount in, and now we're lining all this the top one up.
Just a nut for the washer for that bottom bolt.
Push that through a little bit more.
Use the wrench for it.
Good. Alright.
Keep it a little loose.
So these are the oil core lines, and I just took this little one that they had on here, the bypass, and took that off, and then these go on right here. So just got this starter wire on, spark plug, got these oil core lines tightened, and we're gonna go ahead and throw this clutch setup on.
Now we're just putting the exhaust on. And this actually came with two silencers. One is a race one, and the other one's a little more quiet. But we're gonna be running the louder one.
All right, the exhaust is on, and this plastic piece right here. Fix the harness right here. That's connected, and everything's all buttoned up. Chains on. And we're just swapping the oil, putting fresh oil in it for get it ready for first startup and break-in.
So we have 0.7 for the oil capacity. It says liters. So
Go ahead and throw that in.
okay, so just added the recommended amount of oil. I'm showing full down here, and we're gonna fire this thing up and
Break it in.
so there's the motor all in. Got the choke on and the fuel.
See if she fires up.
I have a dead battery here, so we're gonna hook up the jump pack and try it again.
All right, so we're just gonna use the kickstart. That's also on this thing. Fired right up. issue with the electric start.
The other one was damage and shipping. This casing's right here is not supposed to come out like that. You can see it's sheared off, and that's why I was just clicking when we hit the starter button. And that's swapped over now. And starts right up. All right, motor's in and it's running smooth. My brother's just gonna finish off the break-in and then change the oil and get it ready for the review video, which I'll be shooting once this rain dries up. It came down pretty hard, so look forward to the next video of a more in-depth review of this bike, and hope you all enjoyed the engine install. I think it went pretty smooth and didn't really run into any big issues. So like the video, comment if you have any questions about this bike or the brand or anything, and subscribe for more moto content. Thanks for watching.